All right, you need to do this. Not next week, not in a few days, right now. In only a couple of hours, the summer sales in Mcoc will be upon us, and if you're planning on spending any amount of money, any amount of units, you need to be prepared. Your units and your cash are both very precious, so we can't have you wasting any of them on less than optimal things that you need. So before there's any big sale or event where I know there's going to be class-based rewards or purchasable items, this is what I personally do with my account every single time, so I am prepared to make the proper decisions. The first thing that I want you to do is go to your roster of 6-star champions, set it up so it's just 6 stars, and then go to unowned down in collection, okay? Now, unless you are a super mega ultra giant enormous whale, there's probably going to be at least a few champions that you are missing that you would love to add to your collection. Now, looking at this group here is really great, but to get an actual idea, what we have to do is go class by class, and not only look. That's right, you've all seen the spreadsheets. I need you to make something like this. Now listen, it does not need to be pretty, it does not need to be color coordinated with 3 different shades of each color. It could be done on a good old-fashioned pen and paper. It can even be done on your phone notes app, okay? But what you need to do is divide this into 6 different sections, 1 for each class, so we can go through your roster. That way we can find which champs are most wanted, and just champs you would like per each class. So I haven't done this yet for the sale, so this is still a little bit, outdated for me. But looking at my 6-star roster for skill champions, it looks like I'm missing about 8 champions. And Punisher obviously is a trophy champion, you can't get him there. Black Hat and Misty Knight, I don't believe they're in the basic pool yet, so that leaves Daredevil, Elektra, Falcon, Ronin, and Squirrel Girl as 5 potential options that I could potentially get from a skill Nexus Crystal. So as you can see on my skill list here, most wanted is blank, because there really isn't anything here that I really want. Wanted is Falcon, and would be a dupe. That leads me into the next thing. After you see your unowned champions, I actually want you to switch it to owned. And from here, I want you to go through and see, are there any champions I would like to dupe? And look at that. It looks like we have something that we have to update. Over here, I would love to dupe Kraven. And that's one of my top priorities for this upcoming weekend. So as you can see, I took a little bit of time and I went through all 6 classes just like I did with the skill class. I went through the unowned champions first, and then I looked at the champions that I have that I would like to dupe or pop some SIGs into, okay? And as you can see, there is a most wanted champion in skill, cosmic, tech, or mutant. Right away, that kind of takes away any potential for a science or mystic Nexus Crystal choice from myself. Now I'm looking over here, I'm seeing skill and tech have champions that I already have, and if I really want them that badly, I can probably put an awakening gem into them, because getting a champion the first time is harder than duping them, right? Because I can put an awakening gem in them. So that says cosmic and mutant now. I have most wanted Strife and Medusa. Out of those 2, Medusa would be fun and nice to have, and I actually see Strife's value only increasing as time goes on. So for me, based on the knowledge I have of my roster that I just went through, it's looking like Mutant Nexus Crystals are the way to go if I'm chasing that #1 option. However, now we can see that in the Mutant class, Strife is really the only champion that I want. If we look over here to the skill class, 1, 2, 3, 4 champions. Blade actually is not in the base pool, so he has to be deleted here, actually. 1, 2, 3 in skill. 1, 2, 3 in cosmic. Okay, that's making Cosmic look a little bit more appetizing for me, right? Now, none of these champions are like Doom or Hercules, and if they were, right, that would kind of take precedence here as like, yeah, you should probably go after that super OP champion. But based on the knowledge of what you're missing and what you want, you have to make the decision, do you want to chase the most useful, most wanted champion, or go for the option that might give you the highest possible success rate on getting something that you might want. Now, once you have this list figured out, the next list we have to look on is your catalyst stash, okay? Now, this list over here is outdated, and I'm not going to be doing it right now, but You got to go into your tier 5 class catalyst stash and you have to make sure you make a note of all of the catalysts that you have first and foremost, right? So mine would look like this. Right, just looking at the catalyst section, this is how many I have. And now, of course, like I said, this is still a little bit outdated. I'm going to do this later on. I'm not going to do this right now. Looking through here, right, let's see, how many champions do I want to rank 3 per each class, and how many catalysts do I have? Looking at this, it's looking like my Mystic is a little bit low, and there are 2 champions I would love to take the rank 3, Ebony Maw and Mephisto. That actually is currently updated, so let's go with that. That's very clear to me that if there are T5CC selectors, right, that is one avenue that I'm going to want to go through. Mystic. Now, very, very important, if there is a champion you are specifically targeting to take to rank 4, that's going to take 2 class catalysts. So you have to make sure you are prepared to have 2 class catalysts, and if there are any other champions that you want to take to rank 3, it's okay if you have 3 or 4 of one class if you're looking to make a rank 4. If you already have 2 Mystics and you want to rank 4 Dr. Doom, but you also have 2 other Mystics you want to rank 3, it is totally okay to send one of those Mystics into Overflow right now and do those rank ups later on, as long as you're aware and as long as you are prepared to do those rank ups so that you are using your resources in the most efficient way possible. So to review, you're going to go to your champions, you're going to go through your unknown champions and make a note of all the champions that you want. You are then going to look at your own champions and make a note of every champion that you would like to dupe or add SIGs onto. At this point, you're going to look at your class catalysts and make sure you have the catalyst jotted down that you own, and then the catalyst that you need for champions you want to rank up, looking at your 6-star roster. From here, you have to decide which type of class Nexus crystals you're going to be wanting and which types of T5CC class catalysts you're going to be needing in order to do all of the rank ups that you need to be successful in MCOC. Guys, this is so important, especially if you're planning on spending real money in this game. You got to make sure you're spending money on things that's actually going to be useful for you, where you could possibly get something that you want. Especially when it comes to tier 5 class catalyst selectors, there's always going to be RNG involved with Nexus crystals, but T5CC selectors are some of the best values you could possibly get in this game, because there's guaranteed value where you will be able to rank up a champion of your choosing by selecting that class catalyst, and you know there's no RNG involved with the selection. But the only way to truly take advantage of this guaranteed value is if you know what you are going to be using those catalysts on before you choose them. That way, you don't choose a catalyst where you don't really have something that you don't want to rank up. You have to do these things based on your individual roster. It is very, very important to do so. If you do these 2 things before July 4th weekend rolls around, you are going to jump into that sale being fully prepared, knowing what you need and what is going to be the best option for your units and for your potential cash. Don't go in unprepared. It's going to take you like 5 minutes to do this. It's going to be worth the time. Don't skip this. Hit the like button, comment if you're going to do this, hit the subscribe button for more tips. I'll be seeing you around.